Yeah, actually, last 3 4 years, if you see, the housing finance industry has been doing well. The HFCs and the banks both have been doing well. Of course, the HFC's growth was slightly higher in the beginning, and then also in the last about 2 years, the bank has also stepped up their growth. In the non-affordable housing segment, the growth used to be around 18% CAGR, but in the affordable housing segment, the growth has been slightly higher because after launch of Prime Minister's Housing for All, a lot of awareness was created and that gave a good fillip to affordable housing finance. Average growth, if you see, it was around 21-22% as against the 17-18% of the non-affordable housing. But the small housing finance company, they grew even more than 50-60%. If I talk of Aadhar Housing Finance, right from 2015 to August 2018, if I take precisely, we have grown around 45% CAGR in terms of disbursement, in terms of loan book both. After August 18, of course, when ILFS default took place, some slowdown happened because that was a crisis of confidence for initially 1 or 2 months. And thereafter, the bank started supporting to the affordable housing finance. After the Reserve Bank of India introduced some liquidity supports measures for the bank, and then banks were buying the loan pool available with the housing finance company and BFCs, and that way they managed the liquidity. Normal lending from the bank was available only to the well-known parentage companies, not to all, but most of the companies, they slowed down their business growth. Precisely, if you see what growth took place from April to September, October to March, the growth was around 50% of that growth. Normally, October to March is the most busy period. 40% disbursement takes place in the first half and 60% in second half. So, which didn't happen. But even I am sure that even Aadhar Housing Finance closed the book at 26%, the loan book growth in the depressed scenario. Disbursement was almost flat. Disbursement, what we did in 17-18, it slightly went down by about 9-10%, but loan growth has been quite good. For Aadhar Housing Finance, we have been consistently, right from 2015 till even March 19, last 4 years, we have been managing NPA, maintaining NPA from 0.5 to 0.65%. For 18-19, when I can say the loan book growth was not as the past years, but NPA has been much lower, it was 0.58% for the retail NPA. For Aadhar Housing Finance, the retail book is 99.2%. We have got only a small builder portfolio of 0.8%, that is very negligible amount, where we have some distress. But in retail housing, which is my entire book, 9,900 crore rupees book is there out of 10,000 crore, there we have 0.58%. If the book would have grown as per my business plan, same NPA would have been around 0.47%. It's very good. The quality of the portfolio is very good. That way, my team has been able to maintain it. Actually, it is not that NPA cannot rise. In lower income segment, the collection has to be much stronger than the disbursement. Because these are small customers, they do not have enough cash flows. If you forget to remind them that you have to pay the installment, default will happen. So, we always have given focus to sales and collection equally. We always believe that they are the two wheels of a cart and they should move in tandem, and that has been paying dividend to my company. The average growth which is projected for the mainstream housing is around 18%, for affordable housing around 23-25%. Some companies which are bigger ones, they may grow at 23%, some companies will grow at 50%. Our reach has been quite big in this country. For Aadhar Housing, there is no affordable housing finance company in the country which is operating out of 20 states. And not only so, we have 311 branches as on date, and we source the file from as on date 2,500 locations which are eligible for subsidy as per identified center in Pradhan Mantri Housing for All scheme. The customers of those areas get credit linked subsidy. So our reach is quite wide, since we have already created the capacity and capability in the company to source the file in the larger location. Our urge is definitely to grow around 40% average for next 2-3 years, but that all depends on the availability of fund from the capital market, availability of fund from the bank, availability of fund from the overseas market. So all those options we have been started trying for that. We are evaluating, because cost is also one of the factor, and definitely the banks will be very supportive. All mainstream housing finance companies are mainstream NBFCs where the people have their income proof, people have their income tax proof. That is all done through back end. That's why you must be seeing that in 2 minutes loan, 1 minute loan, people, the NBFC and banks were giving. In case of housing finance also, we have tied up with 2-3 such companies. Our major verification is done in the back end itself. Maybe the income tax verification, the salary verification, the salary analysis, all those things, PAN verification, Aadhaar verification, all those things we do on the back end itself. Therefore, this is going to be very important. If entire verification process you complete through back end, it gives a very efficiency in giving the loan. Because if I know, by the analysis of his loan account, we can know that how many times his check is returned, and the conduct of account we can get from the only back-end report, my credit manager time is saved out. So all these things are very important, and these are helping to reduce the cost of operation.